Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mince Mental Health Podcast. My name is Finn Lawler. I'm your host. Let's get into it. So today's episode is going to be a little bit more serious. We're going to be talking about mental health's connection to loneliness. Loneliness is not a laughing matter. I'm not talking about liking to be alone. I'm talking about isolating yourself from the world to make yourself feel better. According to mind.org.uk, feeling lonely can also have a negative impact on your mental health, especially if these things have lasted a long time. Some research suggests that loneliness is associated with an increased risk of certain mental health problems, including depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, sleep problems, and increased stress. So, to all the introverts out there, remember to get out there and at least be around people. For instance, I'd suggest going to a populated part of your city, or at least go to places where there are other people, so that you don't feel super lonely. Just give it a shot. Speaking from personal experience, loneliness definitely had an impact on my mental health. And, by simply going out and being near people, not necessarily talking to them, but just being near them, made me feel a little bit better about myself. Actually, scratch that, it made me feel a heck of a lot better. What's interesting is that the rise of social media has really had an impact on the mental health of all generations. But, however, the generation whose mental health has taken the biggest hit is Gen Z. It may not seem like it, but too much social media exposure can lead to increased mental health problems. Sure, it's called social media, but if you think about it, it's not very social at all. Now, that's sort of shout out to my last social media episode. I think that was the second episode of this podcast. Go check it out. Also, there are some people who think that isolating themselves helps with their mental health, by staying home and just not worrying about the world and just being away from everybody else. I think this is quite false. I found that isolating myself made me feel worse, not better. And it really helped to reach out to people. Even if I didn't think I needed it, it goes a long way. It really helps. You should try it sometime. For instance, say you're going through a divorce or a breakup, and all you want to do is stay in by yourself, curl up on the couch, and eat a whole container of Haagen-Dazs. While this does sound fun, isolating yourself could make the situation worse. My suggestion for this scenario would be to reach out to a close family member or loved one and hang out with them. That tiny interaction goes a long way. Now, let me be clear. I am not a licensed therapist. These are just some of the behaviors that I've witnessed and experienced. So again, if you're feeling very low, then I'd suggest reaching out to an actual therapist. If you need help, then you need help. If you have mental health issues of high magnitude, go seek professional help. Do not ignore the issues that you're facing. Address them. It'll help you. Anyway, this has been a super short and yet super serious episode of the Mince Mental Health Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. I have been your host, Finn Lawler. If you guys enjoyed it, go check out the other videos and podcasts on my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, thank you guys so much again for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.